Hey guys, welcome to Me Paintings. I'm Veronica Me. Thank you very much for watching my video tutorial. Today's acrylic pour will be inspired by beautiful autumn colors because autumn is around the corner and our apple trees finally started to grow and we've got some delicious apples in our garden, and that inspired me to create this amazing acrylic pour with little twist. So at the beginning I would like to describe how I mix my colors because there's so many new people coming to my channel and they always ask how I mix my colors. That's why I always describe everything. But if you already know, you can skip to the creative part. But let's describe what I did. As you can see, this is the consistency of my colors. It's dripping like this and it's like honey. And I mixed my acrylic colors with pouring medium. These are the colors which I'm using from Lucas Crew Studio. I buy these in local art shop. I'm sure you can find them somewhere online. This one is Indian yellow, it's this one. Then I've got some cadmium yellow, cadmium red deep, beige. So these are the four colors which I'll be using. And I make my own pouring medium from PVA glue and water. I use this PVA glue and I mix 60% of glue and 40% of water. That creates my pouring medium. And then I mix 1 part of acrylic colors and 1 part of pouring medium. That consistency works well for me, but if you've got different brands of pouring medium and colors, you will have to figure it out. The consistency should be like honey. I will also add 1 or 2 drops of silicone oil in each color because I would like to get some nice cells. And the silicone oil helps me to get a little bit more cells. Don't put too much silicone in there, otherwise you end up with very oily painting. And it's sometimes hard to get it off, that silicone oil. So just a little bit. And before this I was creating a pumpkin pour which didn't work out well, and that's why my canvas is dirty. I scraped off the colors and now I can reuse my canvas. But if you'd like to see my pumpkin pour, I will put the link down in the description box for you if you'll be interested. I've got this cup which is 230 milliliters, that's 8 ounces. And I'm gonna pour my colors here in this cup. I'm gonna start with my beige on the bottom of my cup because I would like to get some nice contrast on my canvas. Then I pour my yellow in there, all of it, red in my white, sorry, yellow, then my Indian yellow which looks like orange, and my beige on the top of everything because I hope I will get some nice contrast cells. Okay, so now it's oops, well, that sometimes happens. Never mind, but look at these cells, they started to grow. I didn't lose everything. Ooh, that's beautiful. So let's I'm a very clumsy lady, sorry about that. Maybe some of you can relate, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, clumsy woman. Look at these beautiful cells. Beautiful contrast. Now I'm going to tilt it into each corner. So this is my heat gun, cheap one from Lidl. It works well, it's very hot, but it helps with popping all these cells. So let's do that. This will be amazing background for my apple project. Look at all these beautiful cells. A nice contrast in there, which will be great for my special idea. So now I'm going to let it dry for at least 4 or 5 days. It needs to be completely dry, and then I show you what to do next. Hello, welcome back. My pour is dry and these cells turned out amazing. I love them. Now I would like to paint a beautiful apple in the central part of my acrylic pour, and for that I'm going to use a special spray. I printed out this apple and I would like to trace these lines onto my canvas, and for that I'm going to use this transfer spray. So I'm going to spray this on the back of my paper, and you could do this with photos, any kind of pictures which you want to trace. And then I'm going to put it like this, trace the lines, and it should stick to my canvas. So I bought this in local art shop. It's called transfer spray. I think you might find it somewhere online. I haven't looked for it, but I'm sure if you look for it you will be able to find some kind of transfer spray. And you could also do this with tracing paper or baking paper, but I hope this will be an easy way how to transfer my picture onto my canvas. So here's my apple, and I shake my spray and I open the window here because it smells funny. And I'm gonna spray this on my apple shape. Like this. Now I just have to wait 5 minutes till this gets dry, and then I can trace it. Okay, so it's dry, and I tried it with my finger. It wasn't dry, so I had to let it dry for like 10 minutes, I'd say. And now I just need to choose the place where I want my apple, like here in the middle, and I'm gonna trace these lines with my pencil. Okay, perfect. Now I can see where these lines are. Some parts are not visible. I should have pressed more, but I can see the shape, which is amazing. Of course, if you are a great painter, or you can just paint that with pencil, but this helps me to see the shape of an apple. And now I'm gonna use my acrylic marker to make shades around my apple and create a beautiful background. Perfect. And now I'm gonna use this Mars Black and Rose Madder to create very dark background around my apple, and then I'm gonna mix that red together with black and create a lighter background on these edges. I'll be using this type of brush, size 16. So let's start with this black and then continue with the lighter color. I want to put some red in there as well. You could also start just by painting with black acrylic color, but it was easier for me to see where the shape of an apple is. That's why I used my marker. But of course you can do that however you want. And I'm also going to cut some of these leaves because I want to stick them on my canvas and create a beautiful pattern on my apple art. So let's choose the nice ones, like these, which have got a nice shape. So my background is painted and dry, and now it's time to use my leaves, and I'm gonna like stick them here on these edges. Firstly, I start with the darker colors and then some lighter colors, and hopefully it will create some interesting edges on my art, and a little bit of black as well. So let's create a nice shade. That's good. And my brush was wet, and I'm just going to put this color on my leaf. Let's stick it here. Perfect. I know it's not very visible right now, but that's for a reason, because these will be very dark, and then I start with adding lighter layers of my leaves. Now I have to wait till this darkest layer gets dry, and then I can start adding lighter and lighter layers of my leaves. And I also paint little shades around the top leaves to make it pop. And I just mix a little bit of black, a little bit of red deep color, and use my tiny brush. Size, I don't know even the size, there's no size on this brush, it doesn't matter, just a small brush, and easy peasy just paint these shades. Then I put my brush in water, tap it on a tissue, and blend it nicely, so this top leaf pops out of that background beautifully. Cool. The other side. It doesn't have to be that dark, just a tiny darker color to make it pop. See, now that leaf is beautiful. Let's create a little bit more shades here and there, and then I can start working on details on my apple. And for my shades, I will use this marker, so I will just paint a line here and then blend it with wet brush, and you have to do this very quickly, otherwise your black gets dry. Or you could also use black acrylic color, but I like to do it this way because it's faster. I'm just gonna show you this. So I just draw a line there. And one last thing which I'm gonna do is painting reflection here, just a lighter color here. And I'm gonna blend it so this part is a little bit lighter. and maybe here. And this is the result of my apple acrylic pour with leaf background, and I absolutely love the depth inside of this pour because it looks so amazing with that apple. And the amazing thing is you can do this too, it's quite easy, and you will be able to create amazing piece of art with this technique. And if you enjoyed it, please give a thumbs up or share it with your friends. You can also join my Facebook group, which is called Create With Me, and show us your beautiful art. I've got one more thing which I need to do when this gets completely dry, like in about 2 weeks. I always put gloss varnish on the top of my painting to make it even more fabulous. So thank you very much for watching and for all your beautiful words. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to see you again. Bye!